Good evening. Happy Sunday evening. Hope you had a great weekend. Hopefully it was at the track. Um, this is the results show, and let's get started. Um, so the first race, order finished 2316. I'm sorry. Race 1. 5364. I liked the 3. He had very short odds, just as I said. I mentioned the 5. I said the 5, 5 or 7 would have a chance if the 3 didn't win. The 5 got the job done. 5, 3, 6, 4. All I did was just a 20 to win on 3. So we lost that one, but hopefully maybe you incorporated the 5. And kind of listen to my little side picks that are not mine. Race 2, actually, yeah. For those of you that didn't see, the 3 looked like he was coming off that far turn. He looked really good. He really strong. 5 was on the lead at that time, and just held him off. 3 just weakened a second. 5 looked really good. On to race 2. This race was hard. Was very difficult. So we had the 8 win the race, Salient, who, I told you he was the speed. He went out there and got it done. He can't, has raced short races, some quarter horse races. I don't like that play necessarily, but he was able to get out there and hold off the closers. Hollywood Square, the 3 horse, was out there with the lead with him. It was those 2 out on the lead, and he weakened. I believe it was to like 6th or 7th. The two who I said possibly had a chance with Drayden Van Dyke and Mike Pipey. He was mid pack as I assumed, but just couldn't rally against the 8 who really looked really good. He took well to this track, and so hopefully you played something like that. My 9 horse who I liked, he looked good. He got bet way down. He got bet 8 to 1 morning line. He went all the way down to, I believe it was closer to 2 to 1. And so, you're not going to get much play on that. Maybe if I was there, I might have not played that the exact same way, depending on the odds. But yeah, it was tough to see, turn on that replay and see those odds had dropped all the way down. Might have played that a little differently. Watch the odds as the race gets closer. Race 3. Order finish 7-1-2-5. Like I said, you're not going to get much price or play for the 7, but a very good, amazing performance. Made everyone look terrible. This is a really special horse, so might want to look out for him in the long run. The 8 was right up there with him in the beginning of the race. 7, I believe it was 7-8. And just missed hitting the board, but was just not didn't have enough speed for this with the 7. So that's that. 4 did not perform as well as I thought he would. I apologize for giving out that pick. I thought he was going to perform a lot better. So on to race 4. This was a tough race. I said the winner was number 1. The order finish was 1, 6, 9, 10. I said the 1 had a chance, but I also said, you don't want him to get caught on the rail if he doesn't have the speed. But he had the speed. He went out to the lead and he never looked back. If they can do that from the rail, it's a big bonus because they're already on the rail. They're not losing any ground or anything. So the 1 looked really good in that win. I decided to take a gamble. Since there are so many first-time starters in this race, I went with number 9, another first-time starter. I just went 2 across. I wasn't super confident, but I did like the horse. I like the works that she'd been putting in the mornings with Tyler Bays, who actually had a big day. This horse didn't win, but had a big day. Came in third. We got 460 back for that, which you'll take anything. Any money back is good. On to race number 5. This was the race that, of the races I didn't take much time. Unique Bella was the class of the field. Has many wins, many graded stakes wins under her belt. Not to mention the horses weren't up to her class, but also only had to go against 5 other horses. So, what happened was what I thought would happen. Kind of got a little closer in the end than we thought, but probably just easing it up. Didn't want to use a bunch of energy in this race when you didn't have to. Unique Bella was very impressive. Nowhere near on the trifecta, but did put 20 to win on Unique Bella. So if you did, you got your 20 back, plus maybe $1 or $2, depending on the change there. Race 6 was another one of those who knows races with the first-time starters. More first-time starters than actually race 4. Order of finish was 1, 8, 10, 9. Didn't hit any of my picks here, but wow, did the 1 show us all something today. Good works in the morning, not spectacular, good works in the morning, but you have Bob Baffert, Mike Smith aboard, made it look extremely easy. I didn't include the 1 in any of these. The rail is a tough place to come from, and if you do get the lead, though, you make all those haters and all those bets against you for being on the rail look very stupid, and so did he. So that's a very impressive win. Keeping your eye on Roadster down the road, not just not just whether you lost this race or won this race. 2, 3, 4 races down the road, this horse is going to be in major graded stakes company. That was really impressive. And yeah, so let's move on to race 7. So race 7, I mentioned the 2 won the race, 2, 7, 6, 3, and it was a impressive performance on behalf of number 2, Poster Girl. Got through on the rail. I had to get a little bit lucky there, but came over here from Great Britain about 2 years ago and got about 5 races under her belt here in the States. Has never performed badly. Never lost more than 6 lengths. Never performed badly. Just wasn't sure if the distance was going to be okay. Had been running 6.5 or less furlongs in their last 4 races, and then bumps up to a mile and 16. Normally that horse would probably be closer to the lead, but she came from off the pace, snuck through on the rail, and sliced all the way through. That was very impressive, and against a lot of ways that I handicap. But at the same time, I did give a mention to her. So hopefully you played her in the right way, because that's she ended up going off at about 17 to 1, I believe. The 7 Quebec was my bet of the race. I thought she was going to get by, but just ended up not being able to get through in time. And the 2 also got the better trip. So good run from the 7. Maybe you bet her across the board. I only bet her to win. Hopefully you bet her across the board or of that nature, or maybe even put the 2-7 in. With that exactly, you're getting about $100 back. So hopefully you got that done. I got edged out for the trifecta, which would have paid about $600. I had the 3, 6, 7 trifecta, and it was 2, 6, 7, 3. So got edged out there. If add another horse, you're walking away with a lot of money. As the favorite didn't perform today, the Tulip went off as the heavy favorite. But do what you can. Chickaboo came flying late. I did tell you that horse is was on the rise, and just needed a little more distance. So that's the 7th race. Let's move on to the 8th race, the Fleet Treat. While Loving Linda looked like she was on the rise, did not perform today. I take full blame for that. I put 20 to win on her. She did not perform at all. Was not out there. But to say the 7 Just Grazed Me, impressed me would be an understatement. I told you the grazing horses do amazing at Del Mar, and this horse just proved it tenfold. Won this race probably by about 4 lengths. Won its first race by about 6 lengths. Approximately 10 lengths wins in its first 2 races. That's very impressive. Watch out for this horse down the line in major graded stakes races. But hopefully you put some money on him. I went 1, 4, 6, 7. We did hit the exacta box 6, 7 for it paid $16.40. I added the Show It and Mow It horse to it, and on top of the 2 horses that I love, Loving Linda and Spice Perfection. But Just Grazed Me, very impressive, and hopefully you were able to do something with that. By what I said about the grazing horses and Tyler Bayes aboard, Philip D'Amato, all that stuff that I said in my morning show. So race 9. Order finished 2, 4, 1, 10. Raven Creek. Before we go on, the 13 ended up being scratched. I didn't see that. I saw some of the scratches today, which was better than week 1, but I didn't see that one. 13 was scratched. I did put it in the exacta box, so that's a cancel. Refund on that ticket. I don't know when it was scratched, but refund on that ticket. I ended up. I told you that this horse, Raven Creek number 2, looked good. Jeff Mullins, Tyler Bayes. I ended up putting him in my exacta box, which didn't go through because my 3rd horse got scratched. But put him in my exacta box because this is what I thought he could do. And he got a golden trip through on the rail. And when you get that, and everybody's pretty evenly matched, you get what you got. You got a pretty solid win today in the last race on the card. Huddle went out to the lead. I ended up putting 3 to win place and show on him, 3 across. Went out to the lead, had it till about the quarter pole, and then started breathing fire and just couldn't hang anymore. I like that bet. Good bet. That's if he's gonna go out there, which I thought he would, maybe he'll steal it. He didn't, but hey, you can't. You try to make the most money you can, which means you got to bet on some horses that have a little longer odds. Sometimes. Save Ground ended up running 4th, ran a really good race, but odds floated up to, I believe it was 5 to 1 at the end, and that's if I was there, that might have changed things. I don't think that horse should have floated up that high. I think it should have been lower, maybe closer to 5 to 2, maybe 3 to 1. Ended up running 2nd, so if you were able to pair that 2 with the 4, and then I said some good things about the 1. I told you the 1 does like Del Mar. Ended up coming 3rd. You could have hit a pretty nice trifecta there, or even an exacta. But either way, hope you had a great Sunday out at Del Mar. As you can see, I have not perfected this, but I am doing, week 2 has been better than week 1, so I assume that with preparation and with experience, week 3 will be better than week 2. So hopefully that will happen, and we will see you next Sunday morning. Realistically, probably around 9 or 10, my video ends up getting uploaded onto my channel, so right around 9 or 10 o'clock. My picks will be coming shortly after, probably about an hour after that. And so hopefully we'll get you more and more time to watch my videos and see my picks before the races actually start. Today we were better than week 1. And at the same time, hopefully we get better at picking winners, and hopefully what I'm saying, not just my picks, but my analysis of the race is helping you pick a horse that wins and wins you lots of money. All right. Have a great rest of your Sunday evening. Have a good week, and we'll see you next weekend for the third Sunday of the Del Mar meet. Have a good night.